Okay, so part two of our Riva X recap. This is off the collar grip and near side ankle. So we looked at the last recap was this grip, and we went through. There was 13 techniques in that kind of part of the system. This time maybe Tyrone breaks that grip. But again, from this position, he has to make grips. He can't pass my guard. If he runs this way, I can use my feet. If he runs this way, I can use him to drag me. So he has to make grips. So from that position now, I can find the sleeve set up and I have the collar. Okay, so let's look at just the off balance from this position. So we have two options. From there, I never want to be flat on my back. If I'm flat on my back here, Tyrone's already stuffing this foot and stepping into headquarters. So the first thing I'm thinking about when I get that collar grip is turning onto my left hip and chopping in my De La Riva hook, putting it in, grabbing the heel, and now I turn from my left hip to my right hip and I push out. My right foot leg is my distance maker. The goal is to get his hands on the mat. Okay, just come around on that, bro. So from our position, I find that collar grip. There's your distance maker. I turn onto my left hip and I chop this in, putting in the De La Riva hook. The battle is Tyrone wants his knee turning out. I want to chop it in, grab the heel and turn and get his hands on the mat. If his hands are on the mat, he's not passing my guard. The second variation, which was the second technique, which leads into the techniques that we were doing, was say I had that collar grip. Again, same setup as well. I turn on my left hip, I chop in the De La Riva hook, and now from there, when we do the dip and shelf, which was our first move, to get his hand on the back, just go back again, bro. This time, when I put in the De La Riva hook, I'm going to sit straight up. I take out the De La Riva hook and my left forearm comes behind the back of his knee. I grab the collar and I don't want him stepping out of this, so now my left foot comes towards my butt. Let's get another angle on that. So from here, if I've lost that grip, which was the whole first system, I'm going to find the collar, near side ankle. Don't want to be flat on my back. So as I turn on my left side, I chop in the De La Riva hook. Okay, this time when I go for the off balance, instead of dipping and shelving, I'm going to push with my distance maker, sit straight up, disengage my De La Riva hook and find my collar. And now I get his hands on the mat again. Okay, that was your second technique. Third technique is locking in De La Riva X from there. So from that position, I have the collar. Okay, I push to sit up, hand comes around, and I make that initial grip. Okay, so now from here, I'm just going to put Tyrone's hands on the mat. So I'm just going for a tobanagi. I'm going to put him over my head. As I put him over my head, all I'm going to do is take out my De La Riva hook in, go deep with my left one. Second one comes behind the knee, but I don't want to hang around here, so I just sit up straight. And again, that detail of locking out my legs straight and keeping Tyrone's hands on the mat. His goal is to try and sit up and break this grip. Anytime he does, just put his hands on the mat, okay, by straightening my legs. And again, one more time. Well, I love this game, it's great. Let's get another angle on that. So, maybe Tyrone makes his grips. I was looking for that, he's hiding it. I find a collar, there's your distance maker. I don't want to be flat on my back. As I turn onto my left side, I chop in the De La Riva hook, I make that grip on the heel. As I push to sit up, my hand comes around, I grab the collar, and now from this position, I'm just going to go for a tomanagi. I want to get his hands on the mat. Once I get his hands on the mat, I take out my De La Riva hook, go deep, lock in my second one, and now I just sit up straight and I lock my legs out straight. Obviously, the first system, the move is the tilt sweep. And if I can find the sleeve, bosh, I'm going to go for the same move again. So again, I disengage my bottom hook, okay? From there I win the underhook, build the base from my elbow to my hand, cut across pass, and we're into the tilt sweep. But again, that's really not going to be likely because I'm not controlling the sleeve, so we can probably hide that. So let's go into our our first sweep from that position, which is sweeping him backwards, which is the chain and ball sweep. So just a quick fix on how to get the De La Riva X without going through just the last technique. Entering into De La Riva X is just a quick way of getting there. So again, from that position, I can find that collar, find the ankle, and use my right foot on Tyrone's thigh to bridge onto my left shoulder and thread in the De La Riva X. And now I'm sitting up from this position. So again, the same stuff, it's the same thing the whole time. So this is our first sweep backwards, okay? All I'm going to do is pull on the collar. When you're playing De La Riva X, I can't have Tyrone's hands off the mat. He's going to be pushing on my, sit up again there, bro. He's going to be pushing on my feet to remove that. So I'm pulling on the collar to get his hands on the mat, and I'll extend to get his knee on the mat. Once I get his knee on the mat from this position, we are going to go for our first sweep. So this comes behind. Again, I'll initially grab my collar to start with, but really what I want is I want to pass Tyrone's collar from my right hand to my left hand. That's a thumb in grip, thumb outside on the collar. And now from this position, I'm going to fall back and push with my hand. I'm going to take out my left foot, and as I do technical stand up, my right foot captures his foot and I stay on my hunkers. Okay, Northern Ireland slang. So once we're in this position here, okay, I've got to keep his hands on the mat. I make the grip on the pants. As I stand up, I weave my right leg from the outside to the inside. Now he's on his knee, I just brush the floor to put him down, and I'm putting him straight into the leg drag pass. So again, elbow vice, control the head, moving the side control. Let's just get another angle on that, bro, so you're on this side. Perfect. So this is our fourth technique, the chain and ball sweep. So again, just a quicker way of getting into De La Riva X is when I sit up and I grab that collar, I can use my right foot to push on the back leg. As I bridge onto my left shoulder, I lock in the deep De La Riva hook, sit up, and now from there I'm sitting up and making my grips. So I'm passing the collar from my right hand to my left hand. It's important that I break Tyrone's posture. I don't want to make a grip and then he can posture up from there. That's not good enough. So I pull it down. Now he's bent over. There's a lot of strain on his back. So now when I put his hands on the mat, he's bent over and more than likely he's going to drop to one knee. So now from this position, let's do our first sweep from here, which is sweeping him backwards. I fall on my elbow. I take out the deep De La Riva hook. I plant it on the mat. And now I just do technical stand up. So my right foot captures his left. Okay, stay hunkered down, keeping his hands on the mat the whole time. Make the grip, weave the leg, so it's on the same side as my left. And now I just brush the mat, put him straight down, getting into my leg drag pass position. Elbow wise, control the inside space, hug the head, move on the side control. Okay, sometimes this technique is the single leg. Let's just say, you're on the side, bro. I couldn't make that initial pass off. So, from our position, I sit up, I find that collar, I'm playing De La Riva, I make just the quick fix into De La Riva X. As I sit up and I bring my arm around, I'm looking for this. Tyrone's already posturing and I've lost that grip, he postures up straight. So now I want this. Again, it'd be pulling this away from me, so I just pull it this way, and when he pulls back, I just give it to my left hand. Okay, so now I've got that same grip again. I'm going for the same sweep again. It's a little bit different now because Tyrone can posture from that position. So again, it's the same crack. All I'm going to do is make him post with his hands on the mat, but he's not going to go to his knee this time. It's easier for him to stand because he can still posture. It's different when I have the collar grip. He more than likely will drop to his knee. So I get his hand on the mat. Now it's the same stuff, okay? From that position, I disengage my deep De La Riva hook, and as I come up from this position, same stuff. But now, because of the sleeve grip, instead of going for that broom sweep, because that would be the easier option because his knee's on the mat, he's on his foot, so I just put my foot here. And then I run it over, and I go straight into the leg drag pass position, control the inside space of the head. Side control. Let's just get another angle on that one, bro. You're here. So I'm following my back, throwing makes grips, I get the collar grip. There's your distance maker, push in, De La Riva. Use this, the thread in, De La Riva X. Sit up, looking for this, he postures, I find the sleeve. Maybe he's not letting me pass it off. Pull it this way, when he pulls back, I just snag it. Okay. Once I have that position, if I'm struggling to get his hands on the mat, I can find the collar again, I just pull and dump him. More than likely he's going to stay on his feet, he won't drop to his knee because I don't have collar control. But once I'm there, I just put my elbow on the mat, plant my left foot on the mat, and now I do technical stand up again. Find the pants, weave my leg to the same side as my other leg, only this time I just put my foot in, and now I just run it over. Keep that grip on the sleeve. There's your leg drag pass, control the inside leg, control the inside space, move the side control. So that's our 5th sweep, which is backwards again. Let's look at our 6th move, which was sweeping him over our head. So this is the Tomanagi one into the Barambola, into the back leg. So I'm going to go this way, move the wall. So we're here. Nothing's really changed. I find that collar grip, use the distance maker to sit up. Again, I'll be looking for De La Riva X. I want the collar grab, but let's just say to own posture, so I find the sleeve grip again. So from that position, now all I'm going to do is, so the last 2 moves, techniques 4 and 5 was backwards. The other option is, I can sweep them this way, so just grab that collar. And now from this position, I'm going to bring my knees towards my chest and just put Tyrone over my head. The detail is when I Barambola, I don't go right on my neck like this, it's too uncomfortable. So as I roll over, I come more to my right side. Okay? Now from here, I'm going to disengage the deep De La Riva hook, use that left leg as a lever to push down on Tyrone's right leg, just above his heel, which gets his back off the mat so I can attack it. Once I get his back off the mat, my right hand lets go of the collar and finds the back of the pants. Now the bottom hook is the detail of my right hook. Left lets go of the sleeve, I do a slight butt scoop for alignment, I win the underhook, and the other hand's coming around, and I'm on the back. Let's maybe just try it this way, if we can. I'm trying to put you into the wall, bro. So you're going to go there, and we'll go side. Well, we'll sort of go at this angle so you can see what the heck I'm doing. So, again, I'm following my back. More than likely, I'm going to be in a supine position when I'm entering into the collar grab. So just find that collar. There's your distance maker. De La Riva hooks in. Use that to lock in De La Riva X. Sit up. I want this. He's posturing. I find that. And now I'm in. So once I'm there, knees towards my chest, bring him over, but I just Barambola onto my right shoulder, not over my neck, too damn sore. Take out the De La Riva hook, use this as a lever to push down. Once I bring him down, okay, sorry bro, from there, my right hand finds the back of the pants, I might have to get another angle on that. And now from this position, as I bring Tyrone this way, I win the underhook. And I'm on the back. You'll probably not see that grip from that side. You see there, bro. Just go from De La Riva X. Okay. So you're standing just there, perfect. Okay. Just go from here, nice. Just come forward, perfect. So we're in this position. I find that. So it's just changing the direction. I bring him over my head. Take out the hook, bring him down. And now that hand that has the collar finds the back of the pants. Push down to get alignment, win the underhook. I'm on the back. So that's our 6th technique. 7th technique, I've swept him backwards, I've swept him forwards, I've swept him to my right, which was the tilt sweep if I can get it. But the better option sideways from this grip is to my left because I've tied that wrist up. So again, Tyrone made his grips, I find the collar. Here, put in the De La Riva hook, use this to lock in De La Riva X,
sit up, we're in our position, I'm looking for that, he postures, I find the wrist. Okay, once I'm in that position now, I could threaten the tilt sweep. We can go for this and he's going to post, and then all of a sudden I bring my knees and I just dump him on this side. Okay, he's no base with his right arm. So the pass was with two options. I can long step or go for the cradle. We'll look at the long step first. Keep the grips, I just disengage my hooks and come up to this position, just shuffle this over. Once I'm here, all I'm going to do is project my weight forward, I let go of the collar, elbow goes in the mat, and I just back step, relax. Got you, bro, we're here. Okay, now I can use my bottom leg to free Tyrone's bottom leg, kick out, and now I have side control. The next option was the Cradle Pass. Just get another angle on that. It's over here. So I find the collar here. Okay. From that position, there's your distance maker, De La Riva hook. Use that to lock in De La Riva X. Sit up. We're looking for that. He postures. I find that in a. Okay. And now from this position, I don't even have to go to the tilt sweep. Bring your knees in and then just double push for that collar grip. Is a good thing. So now I come up to this position here. So maybe I suck at long stepping. Another option now is just to cut an angle. And my left hand that had the surge on the swimmer. My left hand that had the sleeve finds the collar. And now it's just that jump over, knee comes in, the second knee comes in, win the underhook, replace my right knee with my right hand, head goes in the mat, bump. Pass. I'm not playing any details on that, they're all in the other vids, this is just a recap vid. So, we have swept him backwards, we've swept him forwards, we've swept him to both sides. Another option is to take his back. So let's look at that. So from, he's made grips, I make that grip, distance maker, De La Riva, push to sit up. Again, that's what I want, he pulls it away. We make our grips, we're here and here, locked in De La Riva X. Another thing from this position is, again, I'm still doing the off balance the whole time. I'm pulling to get his hands on the mat. Once I have that, okay, I can let go of the collar, put my hand on the mat, take out, keep in my deep De La Riva hook, but take out my butterfly hook. And now I just change the angle, so I'm facing in the same direction as Tyrone. And now I'm going to weave in my hook behind the back of his knee from this position. Once I'm there, now I can physically come up and find this collar. Now we talked about early in the mesocycle, it's not a good idea to just jump up and go woo and put the hook in. The difference is I have this grip, right? He cannot counter because I've got control of the sleeve there. So now from there I find this, I just step up with my leg, this one comes in, I just chop it in, and I'm on the back. Let's get another angle on that one, bro. So, you're here, perfect. He's made grips. There's your collar grip, distance maker, De La Riva. Use that to lock in De La Riva X, sit up. I want that, he postures, find the sleeve, make the grips, we're there. Maybe I just feel the sweeps aren't on. So all I'm going to do is, first thing as usual, lock out my De La Riva X, get his hands on the mat, make him eat the mat. Preferably I want his knee in the mat as well, okay? So from that position, now I just post my hand on the mat and take out my butterfly hook and move my body. So I'm facing in the same direction as Tyrone, and I just put my hook in behind. Once I'm there, it's just technically to stand up, pick him up, and I make that initial grip. I want my weight over Tyrone. Now I just chop my first hook in, let go of the sleeve, second one comes in, winning the underhook. And now I'm on the back. So that's taking our back. Then we looked at this flash armbar, which is our 9th technique. So from the position, I make my grips, I put in my De La Riva hook, I push to sit up. Now as I'm starting to try and get this, okay, or the sleeve, Tyrone can close that grip switch down by making a grip on my collar here. So now when I try to pull this down, he postures. That's not really good for me. And now from there, my hand actually physically can't make the grip on the sleeve. So if that's the case, I still lock in De La Riva and I still make him post with that hand and get him down to one knee. Now if he still has this grip, all I'm going to do is I release my left hand and it comes out, it comes inside and makes a whizzer. And now from this position, my right butterfly hook comes out and I push on his knee to stretch his base. From there I find the back of the elbow, left foot goes in the hip, and now the inside of my left knee goes in my hand and I pinch my knees in for that kind of omoplata type arm lock. I better just take it from this side, bro. Again, you're only going to go for that. That's not one of these things that I'm going to go for this. You need that reaction of him making a grip, which sometimes can happen. So again, I find the collar grip, I put in the De La Riva hook, I make that quick fix transition to De La Riva X. As I sit up, Tyrone makes that grip. Okay, immediately nothing's changed. I'm looking to get his hands on the mat. From there, my left lets go, this swims inside, finds his elbow. My butterfly hook comes out and now I really want that off balance, so I'm pushing to stretch him out. Foot goes in the hip, knees come in, and he just engages my hip. So our ninth technique and our final technique, which is the base sweep, or technical stand sweep, whatever you want to call it. Base sounds cooler when you're promoting an instructional session. Okay, so we're here, we're playing the game. So this time, this is the move we're going into without actually going into De La Riva X. So we go back to the very first off balance that we had. Tyrone makes his grips, okay. I find this, hand comes into the collar. Again, if I'm flat on my back, he's stuffing that. So I'm turning onto my left side and I physically chop in the De La Riva hook. I'm finding the heel, alright? And now from this position, all I'm thinking about is trying to off balance him. But you come up against people that you just cannot off balance, if that makes sense. Okay, you just cannot get their hands on the mat. And now from there, Tyrone's reaction now is, if I can't get his hands on the mat, what's his goal? He's going to break this collar grip. The minute two hands go on that hand, and this is my precursor for the sweep, I just take my foot off the mat, or off his foot, build the base from my elbow to my hand. And now the detail was, which we covered in a previous class, was I move my head past his knee, and now from this position it's just technical stand up. Keeping the grip, I switch grips. As I win the underhook, I sit through the cut cross pass. Tyrone's knees are facing me. I just walk them back, hug the head, 100 kilos. Let's get one more angle on that, bro. So, maybe you had trouble getting into the De La Riva X in the first place and you couldn't dip and shelf him and get his hands on the mat. His reaction will be to stuff this leg and break this collar grip, so we need a game plan from that position. So he's made his grips, I sit up, I find that collar, again I lock in the De La Riva hook. I'm trying to dip and shelf, but he's just got his base is too good. He's not going to stand there making grips, he's going to put two hands on my collar grip. And we're there, okay? Now, more than likely, take a back step, he's gonna break this first. When he breaks this first, it's easier to find this and then stuff it down. The problem with stuffing this first is without breaking that, I can keep his posture broken. It's very hard to remove that when he's bent over. So from there, usually they will, if they've got a brain, they'll go for this first. The minute his hands goes in my wrist, I'm going straight into this technical stand-up super base sweep. So from there, I just push, build the base to my elbow, foot comes on the mat, and I move my head to this side. That's the detail, so I can see his backside. And now, technical stand-up. Once on there, switch the grips, win the underhook. We're straight into their cut cross pass, walk the hip back, hug the head. That's a recap on the collar grip and the near side ankle grip for De La Riva X.